Songwriting is a podcast about life.
Apparently.
I can't not listen to music.
Friendship and tacos.
Let me tell you this, dropping a taco is a national emergency.
This is You're My Best Friend.
Now here are your hosts, Moxy and Ruben Jay.
Welcome to You're My Best Friend, a podcast about life, friendship, and tacos. My name is Ruben Jay.
And I'm Moxy Ann.
And it's late.
Yeah, it's so
late.
We forgot to do our cold open intro.
No, I decided not to do it.
Cool.
I'm jumping straight into it. I don't have the energy to small talk.
Same. No small talk here.
Yeah, and I don't like you that much to try to small talk you in the beginning of a podcast anymore. So
thanks.
If you were Brad, I'd small talk you all day long. But
yeah, if you were Brad, you'd probably actually tell him secrets and stuff.
What do you know? What did he tell you?
Nothing.
Moxy Ann.
Da-na-na-na-na.
No one else is going to get that reference. Unless they're
I'm so glad you got it.
Unless they're a Hamilton fan, no one else is going to get that reference whatsoever. Hey, by the way, I found the receipt for your Scarlet. Do you want it?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
You overpaid me by $6. So that was funny. I just that was beyond hilarious. We have to have a chat after this.
Thank you.
Hey, so we're gonna jump into a story that I found humorous. But before we jump into that, I want to invite everyone who's listening and watching this right now to join us this Thursday, April 1st, for our 2-year podiversary.
Holy crap! Oh my gosh!
Can you believe that it's been 2 years since I conned you into doing this?
No, I can't believe it. And what I also can't believe is just how tired I am right now.
I can believe how tired you are right now. I know how tired you are. We were supposed to record 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
And here we are. So join us this Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, whatever time it is in your time zone. We are going to be doing a live Q&A for our 2-year pod-iversary. Moxy, what did you get me for our pod-iversary?
I got you not killing you. That's what I got you.
So nothing. So you got me nothing.
Did you get me the same thing?
No, I actually got you a card.
You got me a card?
Yeah, I'm gonna go return it now though.
Oh.
I'll give it to somebody else in 2 years.
I'll get you a card.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
You don't even have time. You have no time. You got no time, my friend.
I didn't know this was a thing that we were supposed to get each other gifts for. I thought that was just like weddings. I got you
tacos last year for our 1-year anniversary.
Okay, then I will get you tacos.
I'm actually in the mood for a burrito right now.
Okay, then I'll get you a burrito.
How about a taco and a burrito?
You know what? Here, I'll tell you what. Our new house is 10 minutes away from the Anaheim packing district. Let's just go there.
New house?
No. Me and Brad.
I did not know that we bought a house together. This is news to me.
We'll just go there and I'll buy you food. Happy anniversary.
They do have a really cool ice cream spot.
Yeah? What's it called?
I don't remember, but it's like a popsicle shop. It's really cool. I've been there once or twice. I don't remember. They don't sell water there though. I learned that the hard way. Anyway, we have a very fun pre-Easter story for you who are listening and watching this right now. But again, one last reminder before I remind you once again that we do have a live stream this Thursday. It's the first live stream we've done in a while. So tune in, ask us questions live. If you happen to be a $1 in the Jar member, we will prioritize your questions above all. So head over to dollarinthejar.com and sign up right now. And also, we'll talk about that later. Moxy, tell us about this fun little collaboration that's going on.
All right. So this week's good thing is from bestproducts.com. And the title of this article, written by Caitlin Fitzpatrick, is Pepsi and Peeps just created the marshmallow drink of your Easter dreams. And seriously, guys, this is real. Peeps are literally teaming up with Pepsi to create beverages that combine Pepsi taste with marshmallow Peeps. And they come in mini Pepsi cans, 7.5 ounce mini Pepsi cans in bright yellow, pink, and blue. And no news on what exactly this is going to taste like. I'm assuming, diabetes and death, but I'm not sure. The only catch is that you can't buy it. This is kind of the same thing. They kind of took a page from the Kraft mac and cheese, pink mac and cheese for Valentine's Day playbook, where you can't actually buy it in stores. You're going to have to win a box of it. So, yeah.
I think that's a ripoff. I think that they should sell this. I'm a huge fan of Pepsi. Pepsi is my preferred soda. If I were to continue to drink soda, I'm not allowed to drink soda anymore. But I prefer Pepsi over Coca-Cola, and I prefer to save my life. Here. Not fun. This service keeps freezing. Anyway, we might have to find a new video service for us.
Possibly. So, if you want to win a box of these, which honestly, I feel like if Pepsi just decided to sell these, they would sell. Like, seriously, they would sell. Just for the novelty of it, I would buy a box of these. I think I'm going to hate them, but I would buy a box. So to win a box of these, you have to go over to @Pepsi on Instagram. And by the way, how did Pepsi get the hookup and not the Peeps Instagram? And you have to use #HangingWithMyPeeps. And you could win a limited edition 3-pack of these beverages.
Hold on. Did your dad team up with Pepsi and Peeps to create that hashtag? Because that sounds like something your dad would come up with.
It really does sound like it.
Actually, yeah, I think that's something that he says.
Sound like it. No, he says hanging with his homies.
Oh, that's right.
No word from bestproducts.com on the taste of it. However, Thrillist is reporting that the Peepsy, which is what they're calling it, is
oh god.
I love that. I'm going to call all of my Pepsis that from now on. Peepsy is sweeter than standard cola. It's still drinkable and less sweet than you might expect from a dessert flavored soda, but it still sounds like just super, super sugary. I don't know.
Let me just say this. If I were to enter this and if I were to win, I wouldn't even drink it. I would just display them because this is a novelty, obviously. And this is something that I would just want to own for the rest of my life and would actually probably put this on our podcast set in our new studio.
Yeah, I seriously, I would display this forever. And I'm looking forward to, I'm going to enter the contest. And if we don't win, I'm looking forward to boxes of these popping up on eBay for the next couple of years. Because honestly, I will try it. I will try it.
We do have a resident eBay buyer on our team, an eBay seller. He's my go-to eBay dealer. So we have somebody who we can have on the hunt, as the cool kids say, for this stuff.
All right. Well, I guess that's my homework for next week.
Well,
I don't know
I
when
also
the
gotta know,
contest is over.
I need to know something right now because I'm just realizing, where the hell are you?
Oh, so funny story.
If you're not watching this right now, stop what you're doing and head over to youtube.com/MultiMediaMouth and watch this video because it looks like, honestly, what it looks like Moxy is on the floor inside of a Ross right now. recording a podcast inside like one of the anyway, where are you? Where are you right now?
So my roommate, Miss Melody Sparks, you can follow her on Instagram at Melody Sparks, I think. I don't know. She is a graduate student at USC, and she is a classical voice opera major. And because they can't get together in person, they have to record. They have to record their final opera performance. It's like an operetta. It's very small. So she is working on that tonight. And because of that, normally I record upstairs in our bedroom, which is why you normally see a bed behind me. Well, tonight she's doing some recording of her own downstairs with a green screen and a giant sound system and a camera and lights and all that craziness. And she's really freaking loud. So she is recording downstairs. And I tried to set up in my normal location at the desk, and it was just coming through the mic so loud that I had to go with plan C and retreat to the closet. So that is where I am right now. Welcome to my crib, MTV.
So it's safe to say that Moxy Ann is in the closet.
Yep. That is safe to say that. Quite literally.
We'll let Brad know. I'm actually going to text him right now and say Moxy's in the closet, just FYI.
I could do an outfit reveal for you if you want.
Let's not.
I have all my show clothes in these boxes down here.
Your show? What are you, a show horse?
What?
You said you have your show clothes, like a show horse.
No, like for gigs.
Because you're a show horse.
Like for music.
What's that? What is a gig for music?
We'll find out one day.
All right. Well, it's gonna be a good show. Again, we have a live stream coming up in just a few days. April 1st, our podiversary. Make sure to join us at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And whatever else is in between, you got to figure it out yourself. Moxy, tell everybody about our Amazon link.
Our Amazon link is super awesome. If you have not used it yet, you should, because it gives us money. Literally, gives us money, doesn't cost you anything extra. If you shop on Amazon, head on down to the link in the description below. It is a very short Amazon link, and it says, click here to support us on Amazon. And basically what that link does, bookmark it in your browser. And if you click it, you will find it takes you to Amazon, and it looks completely normal. That's all. That's all it does. It takes you to shop on Amazon, and you complete your purchase by using that link. And literally by using that link, the gods of Amazon can tell that you love us, and they will deduct 10%. Yeah, Bezos, except he's more of an overlord.
I think
they
he's more
will
like
deduct
a God king.
10% of what they take from your purchase and give it to us. And it actually works. And I know this because we've made like $20 total on it, which is still more than we made after we got demonetized. So,
and we're still kind of demonetized. Our new service isn't all that great, but actually, yeah. I'm curious how much money we have on our Amazon right now. So let's hold our breath for 3 seconds and find out how much money we have on our Amazon. That didn't work. Hold on. Where's our Amazon? Yeah, we're at $22.
I was right.
Although it's funny because the amount of money that's been purchased through our link is almost $1,000.
Dang.
And all
that's more than 10%.
And all we gotten paid is $22.
Yikes. Well, I think that's right though, because I don't math. Math is hard. I don't know. Also, that was way longer than 3 seconds.
Yeah, the internet's kind of slow right now.
That's okay.
All right, cool. Let's jump into this week's episode. I'm super excited for the people to hear this conversation.
I'm really excited too. This was an amazing interview. You guys are going to love it. Be sure to stick around. And check out our interview. Can I tell them who it's with?
Yeah, it's Lauren Martinez.
Yeah. Hey, you took it from me. I wanted to sound cool saying it.
Sorry. Go for it.
Be sure to stick around for our interview with Miss Lauren Martinez.
Yeah, you didn't sound all like cool.
Be sure to stick around for our interview with Miss Lauren Martinez.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying too hard.
Okay, fine. Just keep listening.
You want me to show you how it's done?
Yeah, show me.
Lauren Martinez up after this. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible.
Awful.
You can't listen.
That was worse than me.
I was recording my radio show for the last hour and a half. That's out tomorrow on TNN Radio. Actually, it's out
and all that
yesterday.
practice didn't help you.
No, I'm so tired that I couldn't properly throw to our guests. So Lauren Martinez coming up in just a second. All right, you're listening to You're My Best Friend. You're back here with us, Moxy. Oh, I'm so excited for this next person we got on here.
Oh my gosh, I am so stoked right now. I don't even know. I don't get it. Somehow we're cool enough that she came down to the studio to do an interview with us.
Let me just say this. This is the first time that we had someone in our new studio space. So hopefully she likes it and she says nice things about our studio space. But it's not like she's like literally right across the table from me right now.
Not like she can hear everything that we're saying.
No, she doesn't have headphones. I think that's how it works. If you don't have
Yeah.
headphones, you can't hear
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're saying.
Yeah,
But you don't have headphones, so how can you hear me?
I have a headphone.
Oh, you're doing that thing?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird, man. Our only guest on this podcast. I don't know why I always do that. You know, the radio side of me.
Yeah.
That's the radio side
Yeah.
of me. The podcasting side of me needs to kick in here. Our guest today, she was on season 2 of NBC's Songland, and she has some music coming out here in just a little bit. We were listening to her music as we were setting
Pretty
up for
much
today.
all day we were listening to her music, and she's incredible.
She's legit, as the cool kids like to say.
Too legit to quit.
Unless her laptop gets stolen. We'll talk about that in a minute. Please welcome to the show, Miss Lauren Martinez. Lauren, what's going on?
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good. It's great. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming down. Like, honestly, we were talking about this and we were just like, we have a studio in like the worst possible city because it's so far out of the way from people in LA. But then we realized the beach is like right down the street and people are going to probably come down here to go to the beach no matter what. So thanks for making the drive and thanks for being here. We are super excited. Here's the fun part about how this happened. I saw you were in somebody's story with somebody. I think it might have been with Kelsey. I think she might have shared a story with you. And I'm like, oh, I like the sound of this. And I shared your profile with Moxy and Moxy set up the interview. And like literally like a week later, this happened.
Yeah.
It's the power of the internet.
That's so cool. So Kelsey Colbert.
Yes.
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 Cool.
Is it Colbert or Colbert?
Colbert.
Oh my God. Colbert. And I literally, we just had a session like this week, and I've had it wrong this whole time. She's gonna.
She's chill.
She's super cool.
Yeah.
No, I really love Kelsey.
I know. She's such
She's
a
like the coolest
sweetheart.
person ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. How did you meet Kelsey?
I met Kelsey through her friend Trisha, and Trisha was like, "Do you know Trisha? You guys know Trisha?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I
you know-
actually do
oh,
know
do you know
Trisha.
Trisha?
Yeah,
Did
I
you
went
guys
to
all go to
school
school
with Trisha.
together by chance?
Yeah. Yeah.
No wonder. Okay, that's so. Yeah, Trisha set us up for like a session like 6 months ago or
Oh my
something.
gosh.
Maybe long. Actually, way longer than that. Probably like a year ago now.
Yeah.
Like time doesn't exist in COVID, so. But Kelsey's so
We're still
cool.
in March
Yeah.
2020. Because actually by the time this comes out, it will be March 2021.
Oh my God.
And we're all going to be crying.
Yeah.
I know.
So Trisha actually works. She does. I think still
Oh, that's
she
good.
does. She's still. Is she doing A&R still for Hollywood Records?
Yes, I met her when she was like, I think it was Universal. So she was like assistant A&R back then.
Yeah.
And so she like called me in, and I was like, oh my God, I'm terrified. And then when she moved, she like brought me over there. I did some sessions with them. And
Nice.
Yeah, so-
Nice. Yeah. She's a great connection. A
Totally.
great friend too.
Totally. She's like super, like you can trust her. Like you can't trust a lot of people, but Trisha's always been like everything she says she's going to do, she does.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
awesome. So let's talk about some of the stuff that you've done because it's pretty incredible that I mean I used to work with The Voice and American Idol, and when they announced Songland, I was like, this is a stupid idea of a show. Like
Honestly.
I'm like because here's the thing, because I don't know if you remember this. You might be too young for this. I don't know how old you are, but I'm assuming you're younger than I am. But there was a show I want to say on A&E or one of those like women channels, called
Women
Women
channels.
I'm not doing us any favors here. Called Platinum Hit, and it was with Cara Diaguardi. It was right after she left American Idol,
Okay.
and it was basically the songwriter, like the version of songwriting. It was like American Idol for songwriters, except absolutely terrible. And the whole idea was that like each episode, the person, like these people wrote a song, and you win like a publishing deal at the end of the show. And so when they announced Songland, I'm like, so like Platinum Hit, except Adam Levine's producing it,
Oh my gosh.
but Adam's not going to be on the show. All right, cool. And then I saw the show, and I'm like, this is actually a really good show.
Right?
The show's really,
Right?
really good. So,
Yeah.
And we had somebody on recently,
Yeah, we did. I don't remember.
Greg Scott.
Yeah, Greg Scott.
I'm not sure what season he was on.
I think.
Probably
He was,
first.
yeah, I think he was on season 1.
Okay, because I'm like, that name is so familiar. Do you know who he was?
He worked with BB Rexa.
Oh, okay. Wait, that was my season, but he filmed like after me.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so
So-
you guys were on in the same season. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess the question I have with that is, tell us a little bit about how that process works. I know how the American Idol process works. I know how the voice process works. How the hell do you find songwriters who want to be on TV and sing? Because usually, when I think people who are just strictly songwriters, I don't really think people who are like
Totally.
wanting to perform their songs.
Totally. I mean, that was like a lot of us who were just like writers were like panicking, like, oh my God, like we have to like move our arms in front of people. No, well, I actually got Songland, when they were first starting as like a casting director from The Voice. I had done an audition for The Voice, and I like performed original songs, which was really dumb. Like now that I look back, I'm like, why? But he was like, "Oh, we have this show coming out called Songland for songwriters this year." But it was pretty like late in the mix, and honestly, I probably was not ready. Like I didn't have enough material back then. So then he came back around and had me do like the Voice open mic. They had they were doing something at Hotel Cafe. And he's like, "Would you want to like sing?" And I was like, "Sure." And then I sang, and afterwards he's like, "We're casting for Songland, and if you want to like submit some stuff." And then from there it was just like I got in the mix. So yeah.
That's really cool. That's
how that
so
all
cool.
happened.
So, how long prior to this had you been writing songs? Because I know you've been a musician your whole life, right?
Yeah. I started writing songs when I was like 16, like folk music.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was obsessed with Hosier, so I just wanted to be Hosier.
Did he take you to church?
He took me to church. I went to his concert in Albuquerque. I had no idea who he was, but my friend's friend canceled, and she had like front row tickets. So I was just making eye contact with Hosier the whole time. And I was like, I'm obsessed. And actually, that concert totally changed my life. So I'm like, I don't know. It just all worked out the way it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Well, I get it. So for me, I'm probably the least creative person in this room right now. I can't sing. I can't write. I can barely talk sometimes. You know. So for me,
You're not creative. You're just not talented.
anyway, now that my entire life has been ruined,
I'm sorry. That was too good for me to pass it up. I'm sorry. You are very talented.
my mom says I'm talented.
Just not at singing and dancing.
My mom says I'm talented, and then she died. So there's that.
Those two things aren't really connected.
You know what? Can we focus on our guest here? we're having issues again. I apologize.
You're
that
good.
You're in the middle of our couples therapy, and we're not even dating. Thank God. So the question for me is like, how does one start songwriting? Because it's like, for me, I've tried writing songs before, and they end up being really just stupid words on paper.
You know, I think that most of the time what I write is stupid words on paper. Like still, where I'll like look at my notes and I'm like, why? Like, what is this? This is so embarrassing. Destroy it. Burn it. It's just, you just have to like, I think it's being vulnerable. I think that's the hardest thing to get past, is being vulnerable. and yeah, putting your heart like out there in words. And
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
totally.
crazy. Yeah, because I went through a phase in like junior high where I was writing poetry and like trying to woo all the girls with my poetry. And what ended up happening is I just ended up like taking other people's poetry and rewriting it.
Totally.
But like honestly, like there was never anything that I ever wrote down that I was like, oh, I'm gonna submit this to something, because for me, like nothing ever was good. And I know we're all our own, like our hardest critics.
Yeah, totally.
So I guess the question I have at that point, as a songwriter, how do you decide to like release something that you've written and produced and like I've either given to another artist or like released for yourself? Because I feel like honestly that's like the scariest thing. Like I couldn't imagine writing down like my inner thoughts about somebody or something,
and then them hearing it,
and then releasing it, and then you know that they're, especially if it's someone that like was important to you at some point, they're still keeping tabs.
Oh, totally.
And they're gonna download it.
Yep.
And they're gonna either feel really, really bad because they broke your heart, or they're gonna be like, ha, I did this to her.
Still.
Yeah.
She's still obsessed with me.
Like one half of Taylor Swift's exes are like stoked that they got a song about them, and the other half is like, man,
this is embarrassing.
Well, you imagine being like the first. Anyway. So I guess how do you go from like writing something and producing it and then actually like pushing that release button? Because that for me, that would be like the scariest part. Like I there's times where I don't even want to publish these podcasts because I feel like we say things that are a little too
like personal,
a little too personal. Yeah. Like
totally. I think. Yeah, when I first started like releasing music, I was like very like vague with like what I was talking about, or like writing, at least, and like singing like on stage. I would sing like very generic music, and then the more I like allowed myself to be vulnerable, the less I cared. So yeah, there are some songs that are so specifically about certain people that I've written where I'm like, ooh, like usually it's like embarrassing for them.
So hold on real quick. So what song would you? Is there one song right now that you would say that like off the top of your head that's public that you can say that there's somebody that's about?
Middle Finger, the song I just released. I mean, half of them like are very specifically about certain people.
So what's his name?
So I can't.
That is such a good song, though. No, I was just like,
Hold on. What's his name?
Oh my gosh,
I can't say it.
Okay,
I can.
What did he do?
Well, it's just a very. It's one of those relationship situations. That's what I'm always in, though. I'm always in a situationship because, like, also, like, I'm terrified of, like, commitment. So, partially my fault. So, I go for these, like, non-committal dudes.
oh
Yeah. And then, basically just, like, a dude who, like, goes around and sees... Oh, also, like, with Middle Finger, it was about multiple people. It wasn't just a dude. It was also about, like... not getting paid enough, like, and like just being fed up with these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song specifically, that was the first one when I started listening to your music. That was the first one that I checked out because it's
cool.
the most recent.
Thanks.
And just like your lyrics say so much, but there's such a nice, like, complete simplicity to them. Like, I'm not happy, but I'm not sad, just a little broken and a little mad. Like, that says everything.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Thank you.
And the music, I know it's not like a music video, but you've got a lyric video too, right?
Yeah. And I'm just like, well, we like filmed it on an iPhone and just like drove to Santa Clarita to the most like sketchy place we could find. There was like these mattresses with like spray paint, and someone was really mad at this girl named Jess. Like, F Jess. Jess is a like, so
What did Jess? It was probably Nick.
Yeah.
Maybe. Honestly, we're trying to figure out. We're like, is Jess okay? Like, this is weird.
Where is it? We should find Jess.
Yeah, she's probably like around here. Honestly, this guy's mad. But we filmed out there, and I was like, it'd be cool if I was. We had like a bouquet of balloons that I was gonna like cut and just let the wind blow away. The wind blew them away before we had the chance to do that.
Oh no.
Yeah, ruined like half of the thing. But I was like, let's just like, I want to like pop champagne. Like, I just don't care.
That's awesome.
And it was free, like ultra low budget.
Nice
video.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. Let's jump into signature question number 1.
Okay.
Or should I do the official intro to that?
If you want.
Signature question numero 1.
So,
If you listen to our podcast,
which is
The right one.
oh my god.
Just kidding. That's an inside joke. I apologize.
Yeah. So this podcast, it's a podcast about life, friendship, and tacos, and we do these 3 signature questions, and we ask each guest.
Okay.
They're pretty easy. The
Okay.
first one is easy. Second one's a little harder.
Okay.
The third one is a game changer.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I should be playing like the American Idol
I know.
elimination song here
Yeah.
as you're setting this up. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
So
Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
signature question number 1 is super easy.
Okay.
And I'm excited to hear your answer because I know you're from New Mexico originally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm
now
I'm from old Mexico.
and now you live in LA.
Yeah.
So, okay. Signature question number 1. What is your favorite taco?
Ooh, my favorite taco. Ooh, see, my family makes them like a little different than here. Everything is a taco. Like even when I cook, like everything is a taco.
That needs to be a T-shirt.
Everything is a taco.
Literally. I'm gonna put an egg in my taco. Well, I can't eat eggs anymore. I found out like I'm super allergic.
Oh,
But back
no.
in the day when I couldn't figure out why I was always like extra sick, I'd be like making breakfast tacos. My dad's like, we have prime rib left over from Christmas. We're gonna make tacos out of it. Like, so that's a hard one for me because
Yeah.
we are very creative with our tacos.
So if you had to pick one,
Ooh.
if you had to choose it.
Everything is a taco if you're
Well,
brave enough.
yeah, honestly. I'm gonna put salad in my taco. Probably just like a basic, like, no, you know what? That's a lie. I like fish tacos.
There you
I
go.
love fish tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a specific place that you like getting your fish tacos from? Because I know,
Ooh, yeah.
like, if I go down to San Diego, like,
Ooh.
I fish taco all the way.
Totally.
Anywhere down there. Like, you'll get a good fish taco down there.
There's this place. I mean, I don't know. I like forget a lot of things, but the one I haven't forgotten is Malibu Seafood. I really like getting tacos
cool.
there. The halibut fish taco.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So let's talk more about these situationships, because I'm curious. I'm just curious about how
You
one-
don't have to answer. If he asks you something you're not comfortable with, you don't have to answer.
Why are you making it sound like I'm a bad guy here? I'm not the person Billie Eilish is singing about.
You're badgering the witness.
She's a guest on a podcast. She signed up for this, I think.
I think.
But I'm just curious because situationships are always an interesting thing to jump into, because depending on how serious of a situationship it is, it could be like a serious problem, or if it's just like a fun situationship, it could be a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
how does one find themselves in a situationship, and how do they escape?
Oh man, you know what? I'll go on a date with a guy or like a couple dates, and then I'm like, oh, I think we're dating now. Like it's usually that where they're like, he's like, because I'm like emotionally like closed off because I'm like, I don't know, traumatized. So then I'm just like, wait, he really likes me. Oh no, I'm gonna hurt his feelings, and I don't want to hurt his feelings. And then I keep dating him, and then I decide I like him, and then he doesn't like me by the time I'm like, I actually like you because I've been so hard to get. It's not on purpose. It's like it's an unhealthy.
Oh,
I need therapy.
don't we all?
But it makes for like songs, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I think that Taylor Swift just dates people just so she can have content to release.
Honestly.
Because or she's like literally batshit crazy, pardon my language. Because it's like, how can you be dating so many different people and all of them go completely wrong to the point where you're able to write records
Like
off of it? And I think Adele might be the same way, because she writes her
True.
best music during heartbreaks.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, part of me is like afraid that I'm self-sabotaging, I think. And I think it's for the sake of music, totally. Because like when things are really chill, like this summer, because I was like in New Mexico, like on lockdown mode, like I had nothing going on in my life, like dating wise. And I was like, I have nothing to write about. So I was like, I'm gonna have to write, like, I'm gonna pretend I'm like one of these like F-boy dudes and like write from their perspective. So I was writing as a dude all summer because I just didn't have anything to write about.
That's Interesting. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
It actually helped. Like, I got a lot of songs out of it.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah.
I bet.
Well, maybe you can ease off a little bit and actually allow yourself to be in a relationship with somebody
You know,
and be happy.
Terrifying.
it's hard to
Terrifying.
be happy and write songs. It's hard to do both of those things at the same time.
I will be honest with you. It's hard to be happy, and it's also hard for me to write songs. So just, I don't. So you have a song coming out in a couple weeks.
Yes.
It's called
Intermit.
Intimate. I wanted to say intimate, and I'm like, that's not it.
Intimate, right?
I knew that wasn't it.
Like, spell check is always like, did you mean intimate? I'm like, oh no. No.
Did you mean intimate? Oh no! Time for a new phone.
Yeah, right?
Siri, stop flirting with me.
Yeah, Siri, I know we've known each other for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
This is going a little too fast. Tell us a little about intermittent, and you're kind of telling us that you kind of stole the idea from intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting. It's just like taking a break. It's like a situationship, like one of the many that I've found myself in. It's kind of like, you're seeing someone and it's like, it's been a while and you're like, it's like when I said like after like 4 or 5 months, I'm like, oh, I actually like you now, but it's like too late. So it's like about like this person is totally talking to other people. And it's me being like, I don't want to say that like I like you now because it's like too late to say anything. And so it's that kind of thing where it's like, I'm just going to dip and run away and just never talk to you again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
kind of what that song is about. But it's also like intimate is like taking a break or something, but it's not like a permanent break.
Yeah.
So it's like that, like trying to let it go.
Yeah.
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 But you're still seeing that person and you shouldn't. Yeah, because it's not going anywhere.
It's funny because that's like the opposite of what happens to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just tell me straight they don't like me, and I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever.
I wish that would happen to me, honestly.
It's not fun when it happens.
Yeah, it really isn't.
I've had that happen a couple of times. 2 years ago, I think.
Uh-huh.
I had a guy who I was super interested in for like a few weeks.
Uh-huh.
And I was like talking to him every day. We were Snapchatting and texting, and it was great.
Yeah.
And then we finally met up in person. And after like 2 days of being together in person,
was
we were
like-
just like driving in the car, and he was like flat out just said, yeah, I have no interest in dating you. And I was like,
Who is this?
are you serious? Floor guy.
Floor guy.
Oh.
I love how we have like a name for this bumble guy, floor guy,
Yeah.
What guy am I?
Hair guy.
eyebrows guy.
Yeah.
Yikes. Did we say that on air or was that off air? People can be really confused.
Oh, that's
know.
true. I think that was off air.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Ruben has nice eyebrows today. If you're listening to this and you're confused by that, which we're not sure if you are, Ruben has nice eyebrows today.
He got them done.
Can we not? I really feel like Chandler right now.
Do you watch Friends?
I've seen a couple episodes, but
Okay.
Get out.
not enough.
No.
I'm sorry, I don't fit in.
Yes, you do.
I've never fit in.
She's not one of us.
So let's get back to your music a little bit. I saw in your bio that you've had some music placed in some pretty cool places. Like, yeah.
No, that was through Trisha actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, DMG, and like we had one of the songs like get released through Hollywood Records, which was really cool.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, I've been wanting to do like more now because like everyone's like, oh, we got to do film sync. So I've done like film sync projects, like a couple over the course of COVID, like a bunch of different projects with different people. So hopefully more coming soon.
Yeah.
But
Has COVID made it like easier or harder to be on top of releasing things and making deals and things like that?
it's definitely made it harder on the like making deals thing because after Songland, like I had so many emails and then COVID hit so hard and I was like, and everything kind of like went silent for a second. And then like people started like after July, I started getting more like people reaching out again and like yeah. So and then like I have one song that I don't know, I don't want to say it yet, but it could come out with like a DJ, which will be really cool.
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
You know, but I don't like knock on wood because you know sometimes these things
Yeah.
just don't happen.
Table wood?
Is it
Like real wood, or is this like the fake
right?
crap?
It's plastic.
Yeah, that's good too.
So let's jump into signature question numero dos.
Doge.
I don't know what's going on here.
Okay. So signature question number 2.
Signature?
Signature. This one is a little bit harder, so if you need to take a second, that is
Okay.
perfectly okay. Ruben and I will just stall.
That's what we do best.
If you had a life quote, what would it be?
Ooh, a life quote.
Yeah.
I think it would just be like, go with what your heart says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry so much about what everybody else, because like I've had so many people like put their opinions on like my like decisions in my life, and it's like every time, I mean, even like with family where they've been like, I don't think this is a good idea, I don't think you should just chill, like maybe come back home for a while, and I've been like, no, I need to stay in LA. And then, you know, and had I not done that, I wouldn't have gotten on Songland, you know, like if I hadn't listened to myself.
Yeah.
And then there's also been like relationships where I listened to everybody else, and then I still ended up like it ended up not working out because like my heart wasn't there.
Yeah.
So just listening to yourself,
Yeah.
trusting yourself.
That's so. I think that's like probably one of the most important things that people don't realize. Like you can have people in your life that you consult with and like ask their opinions, but like at the end of the day, like those people need to understand that like we're asking for your opinion, but that doesn't mean that we're going to actually do what you're suggesting, because
Totally.
at the end of the day, it should be your decision. It shouldn't be anyone else's decision, especially when it comes to stuff like your music and your career and your like livelihood. Like actually like let that person make the decision on their own. Well, also, you know, if like Moxy and I, you know, I'll tell her what I think about her music all the time, but I also understand that 9 times out of 10 she's going to do the exact opposite of what I suggest. And she does.
I actually ask so I know what I should do the other way.
It's opposite. Yeah.
And how well has that worked out for you?
Not too well. But I'm not giving up hope.
But I mean, the point is like, you know, people in your life should understand that like if someone's coming to you for advice, doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to take the advice.
Totally.
You know? But also, don't ask people for advice
If
like,
you don't want it.
If you don't want it, and if you know, like,
True.
like, anyway, there's a middle ground there somewhere.
Totally. I mean, like, if I had taken, like, because when I first started, like, putting music out, like, I had someone, because I really want to focus on, like, production and mix engineering, and I was, like, doing it. I actually, like, made my first song in a Starbucks, like,
Nice.
Paper Doll. Well, that and another song that I'd released, because that's when I was in Long Beach, and I was, like, living on a couch, and so, like, I didn't have like a studio, so I was like in Starbucks with my laptop, not knowing what I was doing. That's why it's a little messy. But that song ended up like getting on like New Music Friday, a couple of them, like
Nice.
Germany, Sweden, and Canada, and it opened up a
wow.
lot of doors for me. But then, so I had like different like industry people like reaching out to me because of it. And they were like, oh, you shouldn't focus on production and engineering. Just focus on, like, being an artist. And but I was like, no, I really think that I need to do this. And thank God I did, because it's gotten me this far. Like, trusting myself and not listening to what everyone thought I should do.
That really differentiates you too, being able to focus like not only on the writing side, but being able to produce it yourself.
Totally.
Not having to communicate that to somebody else.
Totally.
And having to pay for it too.
Amen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's both it's both a cost cutting measure, but I also think that like musicians who don't know how to produce themselves are really setting themselves back.
Totally.
Because I don't know, I'm kind of like shooting from the hip here, because I'm not not very talented. But
You are very
and I don't know.
That wasn't a shot at you.
I am not fishing for compliments right now. Let's focus on Lauren, please.
but you are talented.
But I feel like if you don't know how to produce yourself, you don't know how to get the sound that you're looking for.
And to communicate.
Exactly.
Totally.
Exactly. I think like someone like Ryan Tedder, who is like probably the most talented musician on the face of the planet, like if he has someone else producing the song that he's putting out, he can communicate with them on their level and say, this is what I'm imagining.
Yep.
As opposed to like me, if I go in there and I'm producing a song, first of all, I'm asking them, are you guys stupid or bored or like what? Because why am I producing a song or singing a song for you guys? But I have no idea how to tell them, I'm hearing this in my head, make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. No, it's definitely helped. Because, like, for a while, like, this was like before I released music, I was writing in studios with like different like engineers and stuff. And that's actually what kind of made me realize like the engineer I was working with could write and produce, mix, like everything. And I was like, I gotta be like him because he has like what a lot of people don't have.
Yeah.
And but back then I was like, I would pay people to like do stuff, and I just would not like it, and it'd be like $500, $1,000, and I'm like,
That's
I can't
hard.
even put this out.
I know. I went through, we had written, oh my gosh, a couple of years ago, we had written something that we went to
We did?
No, not, I wrote something and we took it to one studio and he did a terrible job. And we like went back and forth with him like 3 times getting new mixes, and it was just awful. And finally we were like, okay, can we get like the stems? Can you just send us everything so that we can, and we went to like 3 different people after that, and it still ended up only sounding half decent.
Yep.
It's so sad.
That was my like, that was like my breaking point, was like I just didn't like the way. And yeah, like you said, you take it to someone else and you're spending, you don't make any money anyways, and you're spending like any money you do make on someone like mixing it. Or like, and then you get this like, my demos were sounding better than some of the mixes that I was getting back. That's when I was like, okay, I can produce, I'm gonna learn how to mix engineer, which I'm still not the best in the world yet, but I've come so much like further than I ever thought. So
one of the really things that I've seen, you know, because I'm well, I can't produce music and I can't write music and whatever. I enjoy listening to it, and and the bands I do enjoy and the artists I do enjoy, I really like follow them and like really study what they do. And so I was watching a documentary on one of the albums that they were making, and the producer was kind of trying to coach them through what he was trying to get out of the process. And the artists, they weren't understanding it. And he literally got up and he picked up the bass guitar and started playing the bass how he wanted to hear it. And he's like this. And the bass player goes, oh, okay.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, he was trying to coach the singer, and he goes, no, you got it. And he starts like singing it poorly, but like in the style that he wanted. And the singer goes, okay, now I understand. Yep. And then they were talking about how like in the actual writing process, he was coming in and he's like, no, instead of that lyric, how about something like this? And like they actually went with his suggestion for lyrics. I'm like, that's a good producer.
Totally.
Is somebody who can pick up the instrument and be like, this is what you need to do.
Yes.
And if you can't do it, just let me do it real quick.
Totally.
You know, let me show you how to do it at least.
Totally. That's what's so cool about producers, is like they can play so many instruments. And yeah, there is just like this, like you can speak all the languages for the most part, like because a lot of producers do know how to mix. They just have other mixers do their stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really cool. And I think I find producing stuff to be the most interesting thing in the world.
Oh yeah, it's like painting a picture. Like it is like,
I can't do that either.
All creative. Yeah, creativity.
I'm not talented. Hey, let's jump into signature question.
Okay, and speaking of painting, I have one last question for you after this one. Signature question number 3.
Okay.
Numero 3.
Numero 3.
You forgot to. Yeah.
Well, you didn't let me. I tried, and then you started talking about painting. I don't know what's going on here.
So, signature question number 3, and this is the question the whole podcast is based on.
Okay.
Can you have more than one best friend?
Outside. Why was that so weird? I turned Canadian there, I think. Outside of significant others and family, but you tend to not have significant others, so.
Yikes!
Just situation. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong.
I'm sorry. Outside of significant others and family.
Oh man, that's a hard one. You know what? I feel like a while back, like maybe like a couple years ago before I was traumatized, I thought like I could have like one best friend. And now as I'm getting, you can have one best friend who you're really, really close with and a couple other best friends, I think. Like, but there's always that one who is not going to judge you. You're going to be like, call him up and be like, look, this is what I did. Like, and I have my best friend growing up. Like, we were neighbors. We've known each other since we were 3. I actually like met her. She like ran out in the street naked as like a 3-year-old. And that's how we met. It's the most random
What an
story.
origin story.
My life is weird.
At that point, there's no shame.
Yeah, literally.
Might as well be friends with that person.
Right? For real. So we've been really close, and she's like the one friend who I'll just like tell anything to, like, and she'll tell me whatever, and we're both always like, I have no grammar, sorry. We're both like, oh, I just love that you, like, I could tell you anything, you don't judge me. And then I have like a best friend in LA.
Oh my gosh.
And and like a best friend in New Mexico, and then like I'm really close with my mom and like my little cousin and my sister and my family, my brother. Yeah.
I agree with you.
I completely disagree. But
Ruben might fight you.
I also believe that she started this podcast saying that she has commitment issues, so I can kind of see why. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, I get why you have so many best friends.
I also have commitment issues. I commit to too many people too quickly.
But not enough.
I just commit to one person way too much.
Same.
Is it me?
Brad.
Oh my gosh. My fiance. He has a crush on my fiance.
My fiance.
Oh
no,
my god.
No.
All right, you said you had a question.
Yeah,
to follow up
so-
with her about something.
So you told us you were interested. You'd do some painting, and I
Yes.
saw you actually custom make jackets.
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Like it started out with, I think I met with this like fashion guy through one of my friends, a friend of mine who's like done like management stuff for me. Like he's great, and so he was like, oh my god, you got to meet my friend, he like dresses all the stars. And so I did, and we were like at Starbucks, and he's like, did you ever think about painting clothes? And I was like, that would be sick, I'm gonna try it. And so I started like putting paintings onto like that I had already done onto jackets, and people were like, and I was like, we'll see if I could sell it. And I was getting people buying.
Nice.
So, I mean, it is hard because I have to like sit there and individually paint. So I can't like mass produce them.
Yeah.
But, and then after I got like familiar with like using fabric paint, because the fabric paint, like literally it lasts. Like I've had a jacket for almost 3 years now, and it's still like perfectly intact. So it's good, but it is weird. It's not the same as like other paint.
Yeah.
So once I got used to that, I started doing like commissions. So people would be like, oh, could you paint my dog on the jacket? And I'm like, sure.
Oh.
Like I got this one.
Wow. She thought you meant like actually paint the dog.
I would ask for that though.
Why?
No, I've had some bizarre requests where I'm just like, you know what? Okay. We all have different tastes. This is weird. I think this one's kind of weird, but okay.
So I have a request.
Okay.
Okay. How much would you charge to paint Miles Kennedy on the back of a jacket?
Miles Kennedy.
Drinking Diet Snapple.
No.
Oh, okay.
I charge 100.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
And that includes the jacket?
Includes the jacket. I get my jackets,
Okay,
on
hold on. Let me just give you
sale.
some advice here real quick. Charge a little bit more.
Okay. 200.
You could probably get away with like 225.
I know. I just like, I feel like most of the people who like reach out for the jackets, I'm like, no, like, I feel weird. I don't know. I should charge more, and maybe I will one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just would like, people want a jacket with a painting. It means more. I don't know. Like I was talking about this with a friend, and he was like, well, dude, it's like a lot of us don't want like a picture on our wall. We'd rather wear the painting. And I'm like, that's true. So, but I don't know. I'd rather get like more of the jackets out there,
Yeah.
And honestly, I can paint them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like for me, it's like so I buy a lot of band merch recently. I've been buying a lot of band merch recently. I won't tell you how much I spent the last time around. It was, I think, like a car payment and a half.
It's disturbing.
But like the quality of band stuff is like super cheap, but it's super expensive,
Yeah, for
and so
real.
if you're getting something that's hand printed
Painted,
or
yeah.
hand painted, like I would pay significant for something to be, especially if it's customized.
True.
So I would reevaluate if I were you. It's just my 2 cents, but
I agree. Honestly, there's been times where like I've gotten a commission that was so complicated where I was like, I should have charged more for this one, but like I don't know. I just
It's fun.
it is. It's just like fun. Art is therapeutic for me. Like I sell paintings too. Like there's this one guy out in Texas who like has like award-winning racehorses, and so he'll just like hit me up whenever his horse like wins like a big huge race, and he's like, could you paint this picture of my horse winning the race? And they're like these massive paintings, and I ship them out to Texas. But like that stuff is cool. That's fun. Like
Yeah.
those are actually like some of my favorite paintings to do.
Yeah, if you're watching the YouTube version of this, I actually have one of the jackets up on the screen. I don't know who is on the jacket. It looks kind of like Jesus.
It might be.
Is that a lamb?
Oh yeah, that's a Leonardo da Vinci painting. Girl, I forget.
I did not know Leonardo DiCaprio painted.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm such a fan.
So incredible work. That's incredible detail on there as well. I'm really impressed.
Thank you.
Anyway, you know what? Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
And we're going to jump into overtime with you.
Okay.
So if you are not subscribed over at $1inthejar.com, go subscribe right now. Not you, Lauren, but everyone else who's listening to this.
You can if you want to.
Yeah, you can if you want to. But,
I will.
It's not very expensive, but it's an extra couple questions with Lauren. Tell everybody who's listening to the main podcast right now where they can find you on social media.
Okay. You can find me on all social media platforms at LAM Lauren Music. It looks like I am, but it's an L instead. Lamb Lauren Music.
Nice.
Why the lamb?
Oh, it's my initials, and that's what I sign my paintings as. So
cool.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of paintings, if somebody wanted to reach out to you for some custom work, how would they do that?
Oh, you could email me at laurenmusicteam@gmail.com, or you can DM me on like social media, and that's how a lot of my paintings are like people DM me on Instagram. So
Nice. Well, and if you're listening to this podcast and you decide to commission Lauren for a painting, let her know that we sent you, so she'll give us 15% of her painting.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Or 15% of what she makes. She says 15% of the painting.
she's actually I'm gonna cut out a corner and
The guy gets it. He's like, "What the hell is this? Is like 15% of this damn painting."
I only got. There's the math problem.
Yeah.
85%.
This conversation went full circle.
100 minus 50.
All right, hey, go subscribe over at $1inthejar.com right now to get more of this conversation. We'll be back from overtime in 30 seconds. Well, that was our interview with Lauren Martinez here on You're My Best Friend, a podcast about life, friendship, and tacos. My name is Ruben Jay, in case you forgot.
And I'm Moxy Ann.
And I'm being dinged right now as we're talking. I'm also in radio mode now all of a sudden, so make sure to stick around here. 102.7 Kiss FM, filling in for Seacrest. We have paying your bills on the 10s and 20s. I don't know what's going on here. Oh man! Again, just a few days away from our podiversary. Make sure to send us some questions. Any question you want, literally any question, we will answer them all.
Yeah.
As long as they're appropriate.
If there's nothing you learned from last time we didn't ask us anything, we will literally answer all the questions, unfortunately.
She will answer them all, whether or not they're appropriate or not, she'll answer them. And whether or not she actually answers the question, she'll answer it. So I'm looking forward to this, Mux. I think we should get some champagne and maybe dress a little fancier than normal. To celebrate our 2-year podiversary.
I have an awesome dress I can wear.
Me too.
Is it the same one as mine? Because we can't be outfit copycats.
What color is your dress?
Green.
Okay, no, mine's purple.
Okay, cool.
So we're good.
We're good then. We're good. We good.
Yeah, so make sure to tune in 6 p.m. Pacific on Thursday, April 1st. And this is not an April Fool's joke, people. It is not an April Fool's joke. Hey, you know what? I want to start something on the podcast starting today. And I'm just throwing this out there because I have not prepped Moxy at all. But I think it's time for a wedding update.
Oh, are we doing that now?
Yeah, let's do it right now.
Oh, okay.
Let me play the jingle. Dun 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 ding dun ding ding ding. This is a wedding update. Just made
that
up
was
on the
really
spot.
weird. Can we sample that for every time we talk about the wedding now?
Yes, absolutely.
So things are going super well over in wedding world. If you have ever planned a wedding before, you know how stressful it is, you know how difficult it is, you know how expensive it is, and how much time it takes. We have sent out our save the dates. We sent them out super late.
I have a lot of shame about that, but you know what? It's fine. And we're working on sending out the invitations now. So much has been done. We booked the caterer, we booked the photographer, we've booked the DJ.
You booked the DJ?
We did,
How come I was not consulted?
because we already knew who we were going to book.
Oh, is it who I think it is?
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. So I was
Yeah.
consulted.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm fine then. I'm
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm just happy it's not me.
Same.
Can you imagine me having to be the best man and also wedding the DJ. I mean, DJing the wedding.
You are not the best man, and also don't wedding the DJ. What?
I am the best man. Or at least the assistant's the best man.
Yeah.
No, assistant
yeah,
best man. I'm the assistant best man.
That works. With enough luck, we might even have an even amount of bridesmaid to groomsmen, because right now there are so many people who are coming in from out of town who aren't sure. Having a COVID wedding is rough, you guys. Oh my gosh. There are so many members of the wedding party who we probably won't know if they'll be able to make it until like 2 weeks before, because either they're coming in from out of state or out of country, or they're just not sure. And we thankfully are being provided with a little bit more stability than we thought in terms of the bridal party. Honestly, there was a point about 2 months ago where I was just kind of like, you know what? As long as my sister and my 3 best friends are there, I'm fine. Like, not even 3, like 2 of them. As long as they're there and Brad's there, I'm good. But
I like, I just want to say, I like how your sister, your best friend number 1, best friend number 2, maybe best friend number 3, and then Brad. Like, of all the people, like, it should be, as long as Brad's there, that's real. As long as Brad and the person who officiating the wedding is there.
do you know how many times we have considered just eloping right now and not even doing it?
You guys should.
We've really thought about it, especially now we found a place. So we have a place now, and
wow.
there is currently no furniture in there. So
Wow on the floor. I've built
so
too much.
Brad will be moving in at the beginning of April, and I'm actually going to IKEA tomorrow to get him some furniture that he can put his clothes in. And it is the most beautiful little
place. Why do you say
place.
clothes so weird?
Clothes?
It's clothes.
Clothes.
You add a D in there. There's no D.
Clothes.
Oh my god.
Clothes.
Stop it.
I don't know what I'm doing differently.
Clothes.
Clothes.
You add a D in there.
Where?
You say clothes. It's clothes.
Clothes. Clothes. Clothes.
Okay, so here's the important thing. I need to know this. This is really super important to me. Have you tasted the have you had cake yet?
No, we have not tasted the cake yet.
When are we tasting the cake?
Pretty soon.
Will I actually be invited to this one?
Yes, you will be.
Because I put a very strict stipulation out as to me being the best man to Brad, and that was that I had to be there when you tested the catering, and I was not invited.
Ruben, I come from a big family.
And
there were already 8 of us at that food tasting.
And 9 would have been, first of all, I could have been a tiebreaker. You know, if there was 4 and 4 on a certain item, I could have been a tiebreaker.
It was all good.
I could have helped innovate some new items on the menu.
You do realize this is precisely why I didn't bring you.
This is why you need me to help make these decisions.
I don't need you to help me innovate my wedding menu.
Okay.
If there's food, I will be happy.
See, the problem is you buy 1 bag of chips for 40 people and think that's enough.
That's why we hired a caterer.
Yeah, you're gonna tell the
That's
caterer
not a
to bring
problem
enough
in
food.
this scenario.
You're gonna tell. Listen, I know that like when I planned the food last time, there was way too much of it, and my family ate like kings for a week. But I know what I'm doing when it comes to food.
You do. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying
Then why wasn't I invited?
the caterer is a professional.
I am a professional eater.
Perfect. Then you will really enjoy the wedding day.
You know what? I'm thinking about just not going.
I don't think you want to miss out on that pesto. That's just me though.
I don't like pesto.
How about red sauce? Chicken parm?
Ooh.
Tiny mini potatoes?
Mini potatoes.
Bruschetta?
Ooh. I do like some Scott bruschetta.
I'm just saying. You're going to want to eat everything.
I will eat everything and then leave. Take my present back. All right. So the next big thing on the list is to try the cake. Yes. So the next time we do one of these wedding updates, it will be hopefully a cake update.
Do you want to give me some input right now on cake flavors that I should ask the bakery to give us to try?
I think that you should definitely do a cheesecake.
So that isn't really one of the options. The bakery, let me give you some options. So for the cake flavors, they have so many options. I narrowed it down to just the ones we liked. So for cake, they can do half and half, yellow cake, chocolate cake, or marble cake. And then for the filling, get ready for this list. And this is
what's
just
the yellow cake.
Yellow cake. It's like a vanilla cake.
Then why not just call it? Okay, whatever.
I don't know. It's weird. For the fillings, these are just the ones that we liked. Amaretto.
The hell's an amaretto?
Buttercream. It's a liquor. It's a liqueur. Amaretto, buttercream, whipped cream, chocolate chip, chocolate mousse, French cream, lemon mousse, and chocolate French cream.
Yes.
Cool. That's what I said. Yeah.
Can they just do it all? You know, that'd
Yes.
actually be fun if they could like make it so that every slice of cake has a different filling, and every now and then a slice of cake will have two fillings.
Would you like to pay for that?
I will gladly donate $1 towards that.
Do you know how much wedding cakes cost?
$1.
Try $5 a slice.
I'm in the wrong business, man.
Yeah.
$5 a slice?
Yeah, that's low.
Actually, you know what? That's actually cheaper than Cheesecake Factory. So, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not do cupcakes?
We've thought about it. What we're probably going to do is get what couples do now. They get like the couples cake, which is like a smaller one, and then they do sheet cake for the guests. So we'll probably do that and get the sheet cake through. Well, we'll get it through the same bakery, so it'll taste exactly the same. It's just easier to transport and cut.
Does the wedding party get part of the couple cake?
It depends on how much couple cake there is.
Can I get a piece of the couple cake?
Yes, Ruben, you can get a piece of the couple cake as a consolation prize for not getting to marry Brad yourself.
That's what you think. There's been a lot of times where you haven't been around. Brad and I have been bored. Drive to Vegas. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, by the way, I picked up my wedding dress. I know!
That was my excited sound.
I don't think I've ever heard you that excited.
It's a brand new thing. I am super stoked. The wedding is what? 65 days away? It
is currently, at the time of this episode airing, it is 73 days away.
It was close.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah. So I have to be. It's June 13th, right?
June 11th.
I'm in Mexico that day.
No, you're not. We've been over this.
If I'm not there, the wedding doesn't happen.
That's not how this works.
That's what you think.
No.
I will make sure the power's out. I will make sure that Brad's shoes are missing.
No. So next time we talk about this, I definitely want to address some of the things that we're doing during the time of COVID, some of the things and ways that wedding planning is different because of COVID, and things that have changed. Well, it is interesting. You know, the wedding industry is so massive, and there's so many things that have adjusted.
Maybe for a wedding podcast. I'm only doing the wedding update right now because I'm out of things to talk about.
Oh, thanks.
It's not like I actually
That's
care
very
about
sweet of you.
It's not like I actually care about the wedding.
That is very kind. Thank you.
All right. Well, I think it's time for one last thought.
Alrighty. So one last thought for this week is a quote from Mr. Albert Einstein. I thought it really applied to our guest this week, as well as to the anniversary of our second year doing this podcast. This is a quote from Mr. Albert Einstein, and he said, "Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new." I particularly liked that quote because when we started podcasting, I was super new. I knew nothing. I did not know how to do anything. I still know nothing, but I knew even less then. So I loved this quote. I think it really rings true for anybody who is embarking on a new journey. And we're doing a lot of that these days. So, yeah.
I agree with that. And with that being said, make sure to tune into our live stream on Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. 9 p.m. Eastern, and whatever time in between, we might
in the middle. You know how to figure it out.
Yeah, and if you don't care enough, you can always watch the replay. And I'm super stoked. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's episode and tuning into all the episodes. And make sure to hit up Lauren on Instagram. She has a new song out. I'm not sure if we talked about it on the podcast or not. I don't remember.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. So find her at LAM Lauren Music on Instagram, or you can just email her at laurenmusicteam@gmail.com if you want to ask her about all things music and custom jackets.
Yeah, you should get me a custom jacket with Miles's face on there.
Okay, I'll work on that.
I will wear it every day.
All right. I'll hold you to that. You don't get to wash it.
Perfect. Although you're not very much anymore. I will never wash that jacket. I'll never wash any jacket. I don't wash anything. This is the 15th time I've worn the shirt, and I haven't washed it in like 8 years. And I've only owned it for 4 months. This is a really weird segment.
You?
Are you okay?
No, I think my brain just stopped.
Mine too. All right. See you guys on Thursday.
We'll see you Thursday.
My name's Ruben Jay.
And I'm Moxy Ann.
And we are out of brains, apparently.
Brains.
Gucci.